Hello there everyone, this is Trestle242 and it's time for a completely new episode of a completely new game called Never Alone. This is a very special game. It was developed together with several First Nations people who helped make this story, since it's about the little First Nations, and I do believe First Nations is the correct term here. My apologies if I'm wrong. Anyway, it's about a little First Nations girl and her fox friend, and they wanted this game as a way of making sure that the stories of their people, of their elders, that these stories would still continue on living and telling these stories through the game. And it appears it's in Swedish. Press space to continue, it says here. And play. Let's see if I can change it to English. Yes, I would like to change the language. Thank you. And I will see everything else as I go along. Let's start the new game, shall we? Inupiat. The Inupiat are an Alaska native people who have tried for thousands of years in one of the most formidable environments on Earth. And we can watch some of these cultural insights. Well, that sounds good. A living people, a living culture.
One of the things I think a lot of people need to understand is we aren't a museum piece. The Inupiaq people are a living people and a living culture. Even though we're in northern Alaska, which covers this vast area from Nome all the way over the Canadian border, is that there's this extreme value of interconnectedness and interdependence.
It's a hunting society, a gathering society from thousands of years.
This is what creates our culture.
That special relationship between humans and the natural world and the animals, and that it teaches you how to have a society that doesn't do too much harm to the world.
Love and respect for nature, for one another, for our elders. Very, very fundamental value, key to life.
Our values are something that bind us all. The importance of sharing with one another, the importance of spirituality, and the connection to the land, our traditions, how we hunt, sharing of stories and songs and dances.
I'm Inupiaq. I'm from the Arctic Ocean.
I am Inupiaq.
It's very important to me. It's who I am as a person.
And we're very proud of who we are, and we want to continue that.
Well, here we've seen one of those little videos, but let's continue, shall we?
Unipkaako te aksiikpen. Taalakani rakannasu unipkaaktuaq qaawiurakama. Niveaqsiaqarualuguuq iñuuniaqaniqsuq angayuqaagamani. Sumiteemma. Niveaqsiaqarualu qamuniallatuneqsaq. Aasiisuraqallavluni supayaanik.
Ooh, she's got a seal.
Iñuuniaqutик anuqqautigaisi. ano hulingailiaksaq. Ano hulingailiaqpaalluni. Kisaimma panernialiaqsivut. Iviaqsiaqalualuk kisaimma isummertoq. Tapraasi kangitsaquaqsigaasumman anuqlisuuluqumagaan. Summan anuqlingaaliaaqamagaan. Tapraasi kangitsaquaqsigaasumman anuqlisuuluqumagaan. Anuqliqpaalluni suniuraqanaitsoqunni. Tavrani piaqsiaqalualuk ayuungitsoq. Payyagniuliqsoq.
Oh no. I hope she can run. There's a little fox there too. Oh, is she gonna make it? Out on the ice. I was hoping it might be too thin for that. No, 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 no. Oh no. Yeah, you're stuck now.
Tuqutaawayaqtoq tisimriormi. Arraannapqangapiaqtoq.
What a nice little fox. Let's continue. Oh, he's so cute. Look at the little fox. Oh. Okay, that's adorable. I love the way this game looks. It's got a simple cartoonish style that's very charming to me. And now we can watch a little thing about the Arctic fox.
When I was growing up, my grandpa had a pet white fox. If you're a good friend with a fox, when there's danger abound, they try to keep you from getting into trouble. They pull tricks here and there, and foxes are like spoiled little kids in a way. When you let her out, she'd go prancing out in the snow, jumping in the air. I know she was happy then. Come running at me and jump on my chest, knock me backwards, lick my face, and I try not to let her. So that was my memory of my grandpa's pet fox.
That was a sweet little story. And scrimshaw, which is the practice of sort of engraving, I guess, within bone. Let's watch that one too.
So scrimshaw is this really beautiful method of art that's done either on baleen or ivory, and traditionally it was used to tell stories.
Each etching is telling a story of some event. Caribou hunting was taking place. This is what was going on. War began around this time, and so it sort of gives you a timeline of history through etching.
An elder or the person who carved it would literally be able to read the scrimshaw story.
They're like reading a book, in a way.
A lot of the storytelling traditions would be things that after the storytelling was done, we'd just rely on the next person telling it. And so scrimshaw is a very important way for Alaskan Native people to record their history.
Well, that was rather interesting, don't you think? Let's continue onwards. I don't know how I did that, but somehow I did. That's honestly not very good game design. Oh, her name is Nuna. I see. Come on, let's continue. Oh, the blizzard. You can see that there have been people here. Yes, and she goes down against the window.
niviaqsiaqarualuk kangersingaroq supayaat ikajorteqaranivlugit allauluni taamna teriganniaq sivuneqsipkangaga niviaqsiaqarualuk qanutun peqpaganaqtilaangit tamatkua ikajortauruat.
Hello, are you a helpful spirit? Oh. The fox will guide them.
Niviaqsiaqarualuk kangersingaroq supayaat ikajorteqaranivlugit allauluni taamna teriganniaq sivuneqsipkangaga niviaqsiaqarualuk qanutun peqpaganaqtilaangit tamatkua ikajortauruat.
Oh, there's more of them. Wow. Sila has a soul. And caribou skin clothing was the best. Let's watch this one.
Sila is the weather. It also means the atmosphere. Here's the Nuna, or the land.
Oh.
And it's anything from the land into the moon, the sun, the stars. That's Sila.
It's a very spiritual, and we have a relationship with Sila. Sila has a soul in the same way we do as people, in the same way animals do.
I think spirit helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected with things. And so it may be that there is a spirit helper that shows themselves as a bird to show you the way home, or it may be a spirit helper that actually decides to show themselves with the face and body of a man instead of their animal form. And so I think one of the things that's hard to understand is that it's not one way of seeing things, it's one way of knowing you're connected to everything.
We've always had that spirituality of everything around us.
It's the interaction you have with the air you breathe, the ocean that you gather resources from, the rivers from which you gather fish, the tundra from which you pick berries, the animals that give themselves. It's all of that.
Well, that was a beautiful little documentary. I really liked that. And how about this one? Caribou skin clothing was the best. Caribou is reindeer. I know that at least.
Caribou was... It provided for us in many ways.
Our clothing in those days was made of all caribou skin.
I grew up wearing caribou pants, mittens, caribou skin mattress, blankets.
Some people had boots that were made with wolf leggings, sealskin sole bottoms. Baleen was shaved to make insoles. They kept us quite dry and warm as well. But the caribou skin clothing was the best. We would get as many yearlings as we could for our outer clothing. And for a heavy winter, we would get caribou in February or March because the hair was the longest and the skin was the thickest, and we would use those for our winter gear. With that stuff on, you could sleep outside in 50 below and it wouldn't bother you a bit.
Well, that was interesting as well. I like these little cultural insights. Oh, I did it. Got up on it.
Liviaqsiaqalualugu teriganniaqalu ikayuuti piaqtuk. Siqaqaniurutimigani. Araa kangeqsinaitsoqunni qanuq pisilaangak. Agalaan tavra atautsikun aingaluk.
So they did find their way back home. Oh no! And there we go. Oh, the fox is small, of course he can go past. And he found an owl. And some helpful spirits. And there we go. Some more ice. And another. Let's switch back to Nuna. And here we are. Did they burn it down? Yes, it looks like it. Her home is burnt down. There are 2 new insights. Well, there's just one, the trapping trail.
In the winter, when we were traveling, we didn't build sod houses, we built snow houses. In Canada, they call them igloo, but here in Alaska, we call them apuya. We'd do a day of travel, and then we'd make a apuya. The next day, my father would set traps, spend the day there, rest the dogs, give them something to eat, and then the following day, we continued to the next place. We'd go to my dad's sister, who had a house at Dubarg. They had a small sod house over there. We didn't have to do anything.
Oh, it's
We'd
made
just visit
from...
with them, and my dad and
What's
my
it
sister
called?
were glad to see each other, and they'd talk away while us kids played outside or go to sleep.
Those
By the
houses made
time we
from...
get back to our home, my father would leave us with our aunt or with my grandmother, and then he'd start on his trips and go check his trap line. We were not into 8 to 5 kind of time, you know. We're in a totally different kind. We're in ecological time.
Well, that was nice. However, I do believe I will end this little episode, the first look at Never Alone. I will end this episode right here, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. What a fascinating little game. Thank you, you've been watching Trestle 2 for 2. Now take care everyone, and be kind to each other. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.